Hello everybody, it's Tommy and welcome back to another video. Today is a Disney Save Create a Sim video. This is the first one in a while. I did mention this in my last video, but my schedule is a little bit sporadic right now with everything that's going on. Just got a lot of people coming in and out of the house and there's a lot of noise and background stuff and it makes audio recordings very difficult. So I do apologize. I'm trying to work on some solutions, but I wanted to get this video out to you guys and I did have a little bit of an opportunity. So if you missed yesterday's build, I did build a home for the Enchantress here, and she is the witch from Beauty and the Beast who helps the Beast see the error in his ways and cast the spell with the rose and everything. She doesn't actually have too big of a part in the animated movie, but she is seen more in the live action movie. And I did run a poll on my Patreon to see what people wanted, and people voted for a young adult version of the live action version of the character. So that is what we're going to be creating today. And I do have a Patreon for my Disney Save. If you want to check out all of the perks that you get for joining Patreon, link is down below. I really appreciate anybody who checks it out. But for this video and for this character, I decided that her name would be Agatha. And Agatha is the name that they give her in the movie. So no surprise there. Her big aspiration after everything that happened and everything that went down, she's sort of calmed down, maybe gotten a little bit more reclusive. She doesn't really come out of her home as it is, but she definitely doesn't more so now. She will sometimes travel to the realm of magic, and I'll get into that a little bit later, but she is more of an animal lover. She watches over the village, she watches over the woods, and then she has her own animals that she tends to, and that seems to be like the primary focus of her life right now. So her aspiration is that she is a friend of the animals, she is a cat lover, a loner, and loves the outdoors, and she has 4 cats. So I decided to give her 4 black cats. I think actually one of them isn't black, and I picked black cats, one because of the tie-in with the whole witch thing, but also because there is kind of a situation where black cats are routinely not adopted from shelters because of their maybe like more boring aesthetic. People tend to pick like brightly colored cats or just like different colored animals, and so there is an issue where people will not adopt black cats, and there's a lot of organizations that will go out of their way to try and find homes for black cats, and I thought that it would be really cool if she was sort of like a rescuer, specifically of cats that have been abandoned or cats that she knows are having a hard time finding a home from a shelter. So currently she has 4, 3 of them are full-grown adults, 1 of them is a kitten, and yes, their Create a Pet will be included in today's video very, very briefly, so we will get into them a little bit more at the end. Her status is that she's hidden and content from everything. She does not want anything to do with anybody, but her personality, Agatha is a hermit spellcaster, perfectly content living out her life in her secret cave home with her 4 cats. She is a kind-spirited witch, highly skilled, and has garnered herself much prestige in the spellcasting world. To the humans, she's seen as quiet, slightly creepy Agatha. The village doesn't really remember much of her role in Belle's love story. Belle is one of the few people who does remember and who maintains a strong connection that most people do not understand. Belle and Agatha are great friends, and Belle will sometimes look after Agatha's cats when she is away in the realm of magic. So she is actually a retired spellcaster, but she will frequent the realm of magic for various reasons, as spellcasters sometimes do, either for supplies or other reasons. And when she's gone, if she can't take the cats with her, Belle is more than happy to go over and visit. She does spend a lot of time there. They are very, very good friends, and Belle very much appreciates the role that she played in the former story. So they're good. They're good friends, best friends, you might even say. Agatha enjoys tending to her magic rose garden. Should she ever need one of them again for any reason. So I did give her a little bit of a rose garden outside in front of her house. Little magic there, maybe not to somebody who didn't recognize it, but to Agatha, she definitely knows what to do. She also enjoys playing with her cats, exploring the woods, and teaching young spellcasters the basics. So Agatha's hidden trait. Agatha lives in the human world, and she likes to keep an eye on the village. No one really speaks to her, but she likes it that way. And she feels that it's her duty to really stay there because she's been there for a long time. But there is an older spellcaster gentleman who lives in the realm of magic, and he invites her back to try to bring her to the realm of magic often. He is also a master spellcaster professor trying to lure Agatha out of retirement and back into teaching. Agatha suspects that this is probably for a more romantic reason, but she continues to rescue cats, stay in her home, and she is a little bit undecided on the entire situation. She obviously doesn't have any kind of a fame level, and that is basically going to be Agatha. So my patrons really, somebody mentioned that they didn't want to see her as an elder because she would be more quickly to die if you were to actually join in-game and play with her. And I totally agree. I'm a little bit on the fence about making any of my characters elders, which is one of the reasons why Tiana's parents didn't end up being elder sims. And somebody actually downloaded my sims and they re-uploaded onto the gallery like their versions of them, which is totally fine, by the way. And they took the hashtag, because the hashtag does stay in the bio. So I do use the hashtag Disney Save on the gallery for all of my builds. So if you're ever looking for a sim, you're having a hard time finding it. Sometimes I get comments for builds that you can't find something or you can't find a sim, and I'm not really sure what's going on there. But if you search hashtag the Disney Save on the gallery, that is where I post everything, and everything is currently up and available there. And somebody had re-uploaded Tiana's parents and family all together as elders, and they looked so good as elders. They really did. And I kind of kicked myself. I was like, maybe I should have done it. Maybe I should have made them a little bit older. But it's so difficult to pick who's going to be an elder sim because you know that their lifespan is just so limited. And the thing about the Disney Save too is that I feel like I'm constantly going to be updating. So one of the things that I've been doing this past week, since I have had such a large amount of time to do stuff for the Disney Save, but not necessarily record, I've had a lot of time on my hands. I was updating other builds. So I actually fixed Tiana's mansion so that the upper story on the mansion was totally usable, and I'm reworking the design of the mansion so that she can have more room, a bigger bedroom, and office, some of the stuff that I originally wanted to give her. I updated Tiana's parents' home. I updated the bookstore. So I've been doing that. And I do think that I will end up pulling my old builds off the gallery and putting the new ones up, even though it's going to kill my download rate, which is fine. It's whatever. But I might update later on, and I'm always open to changing things and changing, like, if I made a decision and then I realized that I don't really like that decision, maybe I should go back and make a certain sim an elder or younger or what have you. I'm totally open to doing that. That's one of the things that I like to post over on Patreon too, is just like including things that I'm working on and changing in the Disney Save. I've also been working on these cards. They're really fun. I did post them over on Twitter, and they're going to be for the website. So they're basically like little character cards that I'm theming so that every character has one. It has like their name and which movie they come from, a pose, kind of a background that works really well for their character, and it's like the finalized version of what they look like. If you want to see the Princess and the Frog versions, I did post those over on Twitter, so link is down below to my Twitter if you want to check those out. I've been having a lot of fun with those as well. I did do one for Agatha. I liked hers a lot. She was a difficult character to make because there are two versions of her, so it's like, which version do I want to do? And then it's also a little bit difficult to pick, should I do more reclusive, hermit, shabby looking clothes with like tatters in them? So I did decide to meet kind of halfway in the middle and give her the more elegant spellcaster clothing options as secondary options for a lot of the outfits. And then she also does have those, I'm going outside and I want to look like I'm not a spellcaster, and maybe wear something that's kind of distracting and has holes in the skirt and stuff like that as some of her primary outfits. So she's got a lot of options available, but I did end up using a big combination of Realm of Magic, vampires, believe it or not, has some like lighter color stuff that you can use for tops specifically. The one thing that I'm missing more so than anything, and I know I'm going to complain about this so many times, but I just have to say it again and again, is like a ball gown. Because for her character, she really needed like this beautiful green ball gown. That's how she's depicted in the animated movie. And the best I could do was like a really elegant blouse with a pairing skirt, and the shades don't really match exactly how I would like them to. And that's one of the reasons why I am going to end up doing custom content versions. Those will all get posted on the website, and they will end up just looking significantly different from one another, considering that more options will be available. So look forward to that. I will keep you guys updated as far as that goes. I imagine with the amount of time that I have on my hands recently, that kind of stuff will be able to more easily get into the works than previously. For the final part of the video, we do have the create a pet. So I decided to name this was like a really big decision. I couldn't decide what to name them. I wanted to originally pick something from maybe like an obscure Disney movie and have her have those animals available. Like I thought that maybe I would do the 3 names from, or 4 or 5 actually, from Aristocats, and do like Toulouse, Marie, all of those names. But I actually want to make those cats and have them like available in the game. So I decided to go with something more random and something maybe more magical looking. So for her cats, they are all black except for one, and they all have this special like flower rose marking on them in different locations, and that's how you'll know when you see them out and about that they are Agatha's cats. And it's a really cool way for her to, it's kind of like her magic mark, like she distinguishes them that way. It's her protection spell. She keeps them safe from anything in the woods, as some of them might be strays and adopted animals. A lot of them are probably outdoor cats. She just wants to make sure they're safe. So it's kind of like her magic mark to keep them protected from the rest of the world. Nobody's going to take them. Nobody's going to do anything to them. And they're all in different spots. But the cats' names, I decided to go with the live action actors and actresses from Beauty and the Beast 2017, I think it came out. So we have Emma was the very first one that you saw. I believe the one you're seeing on screen now is Daniel. The next one that you're going to see is Ellie, E-L-E-E, and I decided to go with that because it was a play on words for Luke Evans, L-E, as his like abbreviation. Luke Evans is the person who plays Gaston, and then I really wanted to name the last one after Josh Gad, who plays LeFou, but I couldn't think of a way to really work the name into the final character. Josh just doesn't really suit as like a cat's name to me. And then I thought about maybe doing like Ewan McGregor in some kind of way. He's actually one of my favorite actors, so I did really want to include him. But again, it really didn't fit. I couldn't find a way to play on the name for any of that. So I decided instead that I would go with Agatha herself. And Agatha is played by Hattie Morahan. So I did decide to name the last one Hattie, and Hattie is going to be our kitten. And I did want to make them a little bit interesting looking. A lot of them are mixed. I wasn't necessarily going off of anything in particular, just wanted them to be black, have the one marking each cat on them, and have maybe one thing about them that distinguishes them a little bit more than the other. So for Emma, she's a little bit more slender, more like short hair, poised, elegant. Daniel is a little bit bigger and thicker and furrier, as like the Beast character would be. And then we have Ellie, who is very similar, but more sleek, refined version. Doesn't have so many colors going on. Still a lot of fur and a lot of puffiness, though. A little bit of attitude. And then Hattie is just kind of playful, cute, keeps to herself, very quiet, very tiny, super adorable. Probably the one that looks the most different than any of the other ones. She is black, but she has a little bit of an interesting pattern that would imply she is some type of mixed breed. And also important to note that Daniel is actually a male calico, which is a super rare breed. Apparently calico cats can usually only be females, but there are instances where it is possible, again playing into the idea that they're probably mixed and wild types of cats that have been rescued. So I'm really happy with all of them. I would like to replace their eyes. I have different custom content eyes that I love to use for animals, so I am thinking about including custom content versions of these on the website. If that's something you guys would like to see, definitely let me know down below. But I hope hope you enjoyed today's video. Please check out my Patreon for the Disney Save if you would like to support everything that I am working on here. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Hit that little bell icon below to turn on post notifications so you can get updated every single time I post, and I will talk to you all in the next one.